Congrats.
Can we get this over so I can enjoy a beer?
We'll try to be quick. First question.
Michael, let's get this going.
Tim Reynolds, go ahead.
Can you just take us through the scene in the room and just what the moment is like after, the recap of where this franchise was 14 months ago, losing game?
Yeah.
That's all been covered, but just, does that creep into your thinking at all? In this
all of it does, Tim. I mean, I can go on a long tangent about it, but this was a promise that Pat and I made to Goran Dragic 6 years ago, that we would have a contending team, and nobody knew that the turn of events, a bunch of things we couldn't control, and he stayed with it. Stayed with it, and we were able to build some solid pieces around him. Our organization obviously just kept on forging ahead. We were able to get a 1 of 1 in a draft pick late in Bam Adebayo. And obviously the general public is being introduced to Bam Adebayo, but I feel like I've been through 50-plus playoff games with him, because we've been scratching and crawling for our playoff lives the last 2 years, and he's been every bit a part of that struggle trying to get into the playoffs. And then, to be able to get somebody like Jimmy Butler. It was one of the most amazing recruiting visits we've ever had. Last June, it was so conversational, and you just felt like after 20 minutes that we were so aligned in how we viewed competition and work and culture, everything. We never even got into a pitch with him. We really just had dinner. We were talking shop, and he interrupted Pat and I probably after dinner, probably 5 minutes into just a conversation. He said, "Hey, by the way, I'm in." We're like, "What? We haven't even given you our pitch yet." But he set the stage, to make this right about now. This team, that it would be now, and you need to have somebody like Jimmy, guys like Goran, leadership of UD, be able to draft somebody like Tyler, to be able to develop, guys like Duncan and K Nunn, and then the midseason trade to be able to get Andre with such championship experience with championship pedigree, and Jay and Solo, because we were relying on our young guys. So the guys that have been in our organization for so long, we understand how difficult this is to get to this point. And that's what that locker room, of all the guys that have been here for so many years, we just want to enjoy it for a night. Teams like this are unique. It's special. A group that really competes, a bunch of guys that have been overlooked in a lot of ways. A lot of guys in our locker room have been told that they're less than. They're the anti-AAU or new age analytics, where you're trying to figure out what a player can do statistically. These guys just want to compete. They just want to roll the ball out and play and compete and fight for it. And that's one of the reasons that I really admire and love being a part of this group. I'm on the long tangent, but I do want to acknowledge Boston. They're a class organization. Great series. It was so competitive. I mean, in many ways, this was a 7-game series, just how competitive it was. Extremely well coached and well put together. And we were just honored to be a part of that type of series in the conference finals. And then we get an opportunity, for the next stage. Our guys we'll look forward to it. We're going to try to enjoy it for a night.
Okay, next question, Nick Friedel.
Suppose specific to Bam, you guys all said in the last couple of days it wasn't his fault, despite the fact that he took the blame after the loss the other night. What is it about his personality that allows him to forget what happened the other night and show up and deliver the way he did in a closeout game to send you to the finals?
Bam's one of the great competitors already in this association. He's going to become one of the great winners in the history, just because he's so competitive. He moves the needle in every single way. You can't put an analytic to his game, and that's probably why he was overlooked in college. He competes every single possession. He's really growing into a leadership role. He's mature way beyond his years. His offensive game is just growing, daily. And he wants the responsibility, and he wants the accountability, and he isn't afraid of putting that responsibility on his shoulders. And that's what he did the other night. All the greats in the history of the game have done that before. It was not his fault. That was a collective effort, including the coaching staff. But he wanted to take a step forward and put it on his broad shoulders. And he backed that up tonight. He was sensational. And just from a competitive standpoint, all across the board.
Anthony Chang.
Suppose today marks the 1-year anniversary of Jimmy's introductory press conference. And just in that year, how much of an impact has he had on the rest of the guys in this with the rest of the roster as far as just setting the tone and the mentality for this team?
So much of this league is just about alignment. Who cares what you believe in? Who cares what your culture is? Can you get a group of people that are aligned in whatever that vision is? And you need your leaders, to embody those qualities, whatever they may be. And Jimmy Butler embodies those qualities just like all the Heat players of our great past have done before. Alonzo Mourning, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Udonis Haslem. He just embodies these qualities of professionalism, of work, of accountability, of being reliable, and he leads. He doesn't have to make any apologies for who he is. We love him for who he is and what he's all about. He impacts winning. I think everybody in the league that knows basketball has always known that he impacts winning. It's not about stats. It's not about anything else. He cares. And for us, that's our language. I don't even know what his stat line was tonight, but man, did he impact winning. And he set the tone, all season long. When we talk about how competitive our group is, we have a lot of guys. I had to actually, calm things down at the beginning of the year. Everybody's like trying to beat each other into the gym. It's like, all right, that's getting ridiculous now. How early guys want to get in there and to work. But you want to run a practice, you're going to compete. Jimmy's going to make sure that that's going to go to a different level, because he can't do anything without competing fiercely and doing whatever it takes to win.
Malika Andrews.
I know you said out there you want to enjoy this for one night. I also know you said that if you just start doing your homework now on a team, it's already too late and you failed the test. But what do the next 3 days look like in terms of celebration ratio to turning your attention?
Well, I'll tell you this, Malika. It's going to be brutalizing for our video staff. I'm going to have a few beers tonight, glass of wine, call my wife, definitely FaceTime with her and talk to the Godfather at some point. And we've been at this for a long time. We know how difficult it is to get to this point. But our staff will prepare, and we know that we didn't come this far just to celebrate this. So nobody has to get that twisted. We just understand that this is hard to do. It's hard to do, and I want our guys to at least acknowledge that, and to be able to take a few hours just to enjoy it. I'm not questioning whether our guys will get to work and dial in, and we'll have a very healthy respect for our next opponent. You know, we've all been watching in the bubble. You're watching all the games. At least I watch, you know, maybe the first half. But we know who we're facing.
Surat Sohi, Yahoo Sports.
Come on, Michael.
Almost.
Hey, Eric, congratulations.
Thank you.
After the game that Bam had last game, knowing how he was feeling, did you talk to him about it, try to help him feel better? Or is that the situation where you'd rather allow him to
No,
make a stew in it?
I loved it. I just wanted to let him know, and everybody let him know that it wasn't his responsibility.
Mhm.
All the greats have done that. Take that responsibility and then prove it. You know, the next opportunity. He is a great, elite competitor. I love everything that he's about.
All right,
And there's-
Spo, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Congrats.
All right, Michael. We seeing you soon?
Yes,
All
shortly.
right,
Couple
cool.
days.